Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily reading for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading, so I speak in broad terms, specifically so that it can reach hopefully as many people as see it over the course of time. So take that into account. If it applies or it feels familiar to you, or if it's something I'm saying fits with a situation you're dealing with, thinking about, or facing in your life, please feel free to use the reading in any way that best suits your highest good, right? Always using your own highest intuition and intelligence when utilizing any of my work or any of my readings. Making sure that you know that all decisions are truly your own and should be left up to you to be made. I'm here just to help inspire and validate anything you might be feeling or going through at this time. This is a collective reading. It is for all signs. I do ask those of you that are new to me to please check out the drop-down menu on the video, because it just gives you information about where to find me on social media, how to follow the channel, hitting the thumbs up button, leaving a question or comment. All of that stuff greatly helps me to help build my channel and hopefully inspire others and give support to others. This channel is set with the best of intentions, and for anybody that feels that it's not for them, that's completely fine. You do not have to watch. You can just move to another channel. If I'm not your reader, that's okay too. If portions of the reading fit and other portions don't accept the portions that don't fit, right? If it doesn't feel right to you, you don't have to take it. It's not yours. It may not be your reading today. It could just mean you're working on something different, or your intuition is telling you something different. That's completely fine. Listen and trust that first and foremost, always. But if things do line up, like I said, please take whatever you need and leave the rest. And what else do I usually say? Hitting the thumbs up button, liking, commenting, following, subscribing to the channel, all of those things greatly help me, and I appreciate them greatly. So let's see what's going on. This reading was originally created for, today's the 21st. I always shoot these a day ahead of time. So it's actually a palindrome day, and I believe it's the day of Yule, which is kind of cool. Cool Yule. So this is for the 22nd. For Wednesday the 22nd, this would be the midweek reading. So let's see what's going on in the cards this week and see what's going on. I will be going back to cards that were previously placed on Sunday's reading. But if you're seeing this on a date that's not December 22nd, that's okay. The reading may be reaching you at a time when you need it. And so there might be a message in regards to something going on in your life. So if you are seeing it on a date different than the 22nd, don't worry. Continue to watch the video. Maybe you'll get something from it. All right. So here is your card for the day. I love it. It is the Emperor. What a beautiful Emperor card. I love the colors in this deck. Thank you for this deck, Vicky. It really is beautiful. I love it. He's got a little bit of Chariot vibes going on with the black and white horse around him. But the Emperor is essentially like all of the qualities of the four major kings and then some, right? He is major arcana, and he's card number 4, which is that, that essence of stability, that energy of being, grounded, stable, powerful. He's associated with the sign of Aries, which is a very dynamic sign, and a very, so oftentimes fast-moving, quick decision-making, precise, not one to sort of mull things about, right? The Emperor can represent an authority figure to some of us, depending on how we're experiencing this card. Either we are the authority, we are the Emperor card, or we are experiencing or dealing with somebody that is the Emperor in our life. Oftentimes, it can signify Aries energy. Aries energy can be very fiery, very powerful, very dynamic, right? The Emperor, he knows what he wants, right? He is a loving father. He's benevolent and loving, but he may not be the warmest person in the room, if that makes sense. He tends to be about business in my mind. He tends to be about getting stuff done, not taking a whole lot of, hemming and hawing or wishy-washy steps towards getting where he needs to be. He knows what he wants, how he wants it, who to delegate the jobs to, and how to make them do whatever it is that they need to get done. He instills with them the skills to do it, to get it done, to achieve it, right? The other key point about the Emperor card is we don't ever want to cut corners or cheat ourselves or him, whether we are feeling representative of him or, as if we are in the seat of the Emperor, where today we're calling the shots. We don't want to cut corners on the shots that we call or the steps that we take or the decisions that we make. We need to be honest, true, and forthright in all of that, because that's when the Emperor rewards us for that hard work, for that focus, for that precision, for those decisions and action that is being taken. So if today is a day where you feel inspired to move forward in a way that is empowered, that would be this Emperor energy. Be true to yourself. Keep checking in with yourself throughout the day. As I'm going to kill this dog. One moment. If you can't leave the cat alone, you need to leave the office. Because the cat is just laying on a chair. The cat's doing nothing. You're just looking for trouble because you have a full belly and nothing better to do. So either you come lay down or you go out of the office, because I don't want to deal with you right now. Do you understand? All right, lay down there, please, and I will be done in a moment. Don't jump on me. No, it's not time to pay attention to the puppy. Sorry, guys. So the Emperor is, he is of the highest standard in a way, living to our highest ideal, giving our best foot forward, doing the most that we can in any given situation from a very true, honest, and respectful place. Does that make sense? So in our dealings today, we should feel empowered to do that. We should feel capable of doing that. There's a balance here. We have the sun, we have the moon, we have light, we have dark. We have all of these different things that balances the Emperor. And he's, hold on one second. All right. Go outside. Wait outside. Because you don't listen, so you have to wait outside. Go tear something else up in the house. Yeah. What I was going to say is he's grounded with that tree behind him too, but there's also growth in his grounding, right? So he is connected to his environment around him. That tree would represent that to me. That's not necessarily something traditionally you would see with the Emperor, but it's giving me that vibe with this particular card. And there is forward movement. Like I said, these horses are giving me a bit of chariot vibes, right? So be prepared to move forward, to make decisions, to take action from a very right place, to achieve the goals or the desires that you want. Or somebody around you, if they're in the role of this Emperor, they're seeking you to rise to their level, to meet their needs. Do it, because we get rewarded when the Emperor shows up. If we do it with an honest and open mindset, a true heart, all of those things the Emperor wants to acknowledge, bestow, and sort of exalt in a way, or lift up. So this is a very wonderfully powerful card. I also love that he's following yesterday's Six of Wands, which was also fire energy, similar to Aries and the Emperor. We have this idea of being noticed, being seen, being respected going on in these last 2 days of cards in this fire sign energy. So it should be a rather dynamic time. Underneath this, right, in the underpinning video from Sunday, is the Ace of Pentacles. That's always singularity. To me, aces are the singular focus on the self, right? Where we're looking at what we're doing and how we're doing it in our material world. That would be the Pentacles. What are we creating that's new in our life, that we desire, that we want? The desire would be that Wands energy, that fire, right? The Emperor tells us we have the capacity to create that. We're grounded into the earth. This tree almost would connect us to that Ace of Pentacles energy that's underneath this. And new beginnings may just be dawning for us. We could be wrapping up the end of this year and looking to next year and starting to make decisions about, okay, how am I moving forward? What am I doing? What's the best way, the most respectful, the most correct way to do this? Use this energy, this intelligence, this authority to make those decisions for yourself at this time. It's very powerful. We could be opening new doors to new avenues, especially with that Ace of Pentacles sitting underneath this. Now, interesting to me. This is a very strange card. This is from the Heal Yourself deck. It's called Selling Out, and it's card number 1. So ones always take me to like similar to that ace energy, right? That ace of pentacles that I was talking about. That number 1 is the focus needs to be on ourselves. The Emperor is very much, the center of his card, the center of his attention. Selling out, I kind of, this image, these cards, this Heal Yourself deck is a little bit strange. It's a little dark. There's a sort of a morbidity to it that I don't quite know if I like it or if I don't. But anyways, I'm just going to go forward with this. What I feel about with this Selling Out card before even reading the messages here. Remember, we've seen that card self-sabotage twice this week, right? Self-sabotage was on Sunday as the underlying or underpinning energy of what we might be facing, what we might be mirroring back to ourselves, what we might be letting go of, hopefully. That when we see these empowered, fiery Six of Wands, Emperor cards, we want to be letting go of areas where we don't give ourselves the proper tools or belief or validation to be able to move forward in a healthy way, right? So when I see this Selling Out card, to me, it makes me think of, are there areas where we are cutting corners? She's here to remind us not to, especially with the Emperor here. It almost feels like we have masculine and feminine going on too, which also feels very much in balance. I love the blue tones of the Emperor and the mauve purple tones of the woman here in Selling Out. They kind of come together. It's like we have two aspects of the same person here. Are we selling ourselves out today, or are we living to our highest ideal? Or are we somewhere in between? And that's okay. We get to choose our path and decide which way we want to go. But it's ultimately, with the number 1 of Selling Out, it's ultimately our own decision to be made. Does that make sense? And regardless of which one we choose, we're going to learn something of value from that today, because we have that Ace of Pentacles underneath here. Let me read card number 1, Selling Out, really quick, because we've not seen her before. But it's interesting because we've been seeing self-sabotage, which is card number 2. Selling Out. Your integrity and inner strength are being severely tested. You have an opportunity to act with either fear or love. Okay? Where in your life are you selling out or acting out of integrity? And see, the Emperor would be all about integrity. Are you in a job you hate? Are you living in a toxic environment and making yourself sick in the pursuit of financial security? This card asks you to find the courage to stand up for your convictions and to take steps towards doing what you love. Selling out is linked to the shadow aspect of the prostitute archetype. When you connect to this archetype, you can examine your fears around survival, power, responsibility, and success. On the lighter side, the prostitute can lead you to freedom, self-expression, choice, and love. So keep that in mind, guys. The action for today's card is you have to make a choice about whether you will use your power, talents, and abilities for selfishness and exploitation or the higher good. Take a few deep breaths and focus on your body, because become conscious of where in your body you feel like you are losing your energy and your power. Place your hands on that part of the body. Visualize your prostitute archetype. It can look similar to this card or a darker version of you. Ask this archetype to show you where in your life you are selling out. Become aware of how this affects various areas of your life and your physical and emotional health. We did see that health stone this week too, guys. Ask your prostitute aspect to help you regain your inner strength and make empowering decisions. And what was yesterday's stone? It was the word strength. So there is some seriously, I feel like for those of you that are watching this and utilizing these readings, there is some serious transformation happening for you guys today and over this week that could be quite powerful and impactful to how you carry yourself off into 2022. So I'm excited for you, even though some of this looks a little bit challenging. It also looks like within that challenge, these are all opportunities for us to grow and become stronger, more present, and more compassionate towards ourselves. Here is this grounding stone for the day. It is the word clarity. So when we ground in the principle of clarity, what are we doing? Are we selling out, or are we living to our highest ideals, or are we somewhere in between? And how do we get to that higher place? Do we fear being in that higher place of the emperor? Do we fear being responsible for making the decisions of our life? Finding that clarity and grounding in it and understanding it is going to be what's going to be key to bringing us to a better understanding and empowering us to move forward in a way where we're no longer feeling as though we're going against what we know to be right for ourselves. That is your forecast for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, stay in joy this week. That's the underpinning of all of this. All of this work should be bringing us joy and unfoldment, and be about peeling back the layers of the onion rather than fighting against it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.